Many things that Tommy Robinson has done in the past has shown that he's not about Britain or helping British people or having the interest of British people at heart. And one of the most um, repeated things that people say from what he said previously, that he allegedly wouldn't ever fight for Britain, but he'd fight for Israel, amongst other things. And here in his tweet, I believe he's posted this today, he said, "Yo, real Donald Trump, as you are doing the rounds removing dodgy communist dictators, I know of one who is allowing violent invaders to pour into the country's communities, who are killing, raping, and pillaging. On top of that, he is making the people pay for it and jailing people who speak out against the regime's wrongdoings. This is where he hides under armed guard," and then he gives the coordinates for number 10. So, wouldn't this be called treason? And is this being British, regardless of if he likes whoever's in power or what's happening in Britain or whatnot? He clearly doesn't care about Britain being able to govern itself, amongst many other things, as well as protecting Britain itself. And we've seen what Trump has done, not just in terms of Venezuela, but what he's done in the past. So adding that into, you're okay with Trump potentially doing something bad in Britain just because you don't like the current leaders. This tells you all you need to know about how much Tommy Robinson cares about Britain and British people and anything remotely British. And the things that he says, um, allowing violent invaders, who are killing, raping, and pillaging. So why doesn't he prove that? That's not been happening once, but we know that far right thugs have been doing things that are absolutely unacceptable. But he won't speak about that. But he'll be making up things to just get through his own agenda. So what is the government going to do with this? This should be treated as treason, and someone who's notable doing that. Whether he can say what he can say what he likes. Oh, this is just it's not real. It's just part of Twitter, and it's more of a, you can say, parody of his thoughts and all of these things and whatever. But he said it. So what does he expect? So if by him saying that, let's just say all of a sudden Donald Trump decides to do what he says, is he going to say, "Oh, it wasn't because of me"? There should be, he should be investigated for doing such things, and the far right thugs who still support him should realize he does not care about Britain. He is okay with potentially Donald Trump doing things to Britain, regardless of who's in power, and Tommy the one asking for it. Because just because he doesn't like who's in power or what's happening, is that how much he cares about Britain and the people? And is that how he thinks that he's gonna change things if he thinks that things need to be changed? This is not gonna make anything better. This exact people hate the far right thugs anyway, and this is gonna make them hate them even more. And this shows you many people who perhaps maybe previously been leaning towards the far right in terms of their ideology. Some of them have moved away because of what they've seen in the last 1 or 2 years. More people are gonna move away from seeing things like this. Tommy Robinson doing things like this. Many far right thugs, they might not like certain things in this country and what's happening or what's happened or whatever else under different governments, not just the Labour government, the previous governments, but they wouldn't just say, or call for Donald Trump to do X, Y, and Z to whoever's in power. This shows you Tommy Robinson's true colors are showing, and it's time all his fans who are giving him money that he doesn't need and they're just giving him their hard-earned money to him to waste. He should stop supporting him, and when he loses support, that's the only time when he'll realize that what he's saying is nonsense, and because nobody is listening to it, there's no weight to it, and he has to stop.